What is going on, guys and girls? How are you doing today? It's Single Roleplay here once again. And yesterday some assassin new skill gems and skills and things has been released, and I'm really was curious about it because I really like assassin in general, and I wanted to play assassin for a very long time since all of the nerfs happened. The buffs have been awaiting, honestly, and assassin kind of lost its identity because it was always a crit chance, power charge generating, poison stacking character. In the past it used to had bleeding as well, but now they removed bleeding from him and moved somewhere else. I don't remember where and when, but a lot of double dipping has gone from the assassin, and with the crit chance and power charges has been nerfed as well, so it kind of just lost firepower, and it was just not very good because the other characters and the other skill gems and the other mods could do literally the same shit as the assassin, as a whole ascendancy of the assassin. So practically it became just kind of, lost in the dust because it basically was not as useful as the ascendancy compared to some other things existing in the game. So it definitely did some kind of a buff to breathe a new life into these glorious crit poisonous guy, and I can't wait to watch what they did with this. So let's take a look at the trailer first. So this is a new skill, Pestilence Strike. And this is Cobra Lash, which this is kind of a spectral throw with poison. This is pretty much a spectral throw. It throws the copies of your weapons with poison instead of physical. That's it. This is Nightblade Support. This is actually very interesting. Looks pretty decent, but also pretty similar to what we just saw, right? Withering Step. This is pretty cool. This is apply wither, so it's interesting setup here. It's kind of a debuff in general, so this is a mix of everything in action. The second attack, which is the separate strike, it visually doesn't do anything decent, but Cobra Lash is definitely pretty cool, even though it's a copy of the spectral throw. There's literally no damage there. That's pretty weird. Before we go further into the video, I would like to stop for a second and thank my Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. You guys have no fucking idea how much I'm thankful for you. If you just stop for a second and put likes on this video and share it with your friends, it will be already an insane amount of support, and I will be forever grateful to every one of you. Thank you so much, and remember,
you are making a difference.
Alright, now that we actually saw the trailer, let's take a look at the written part, and I can tell, I guess this is a pretty complex class. It has a lot of things. They're like damage over time, different buffs, debuffs, poison stacking, and poison lasts for just 2 seconds, so you need a massive attack speed to stack poison. So overall, I would say that this is probably one of the most definitely elusive and complex classes in the game right now, simply because how poison and chaos works. Poison does chaos damage over time. At the same time, you need to have physical damage to deal poison, so it's all quite complex, and if you're a new player, probably you will be a little bamboozled about all these terms and combinations of things. So this is it. So Cobra Lash is a new low-level attack skill gem for daggers and claws. Copy of your weapon. creating a projectile that chains multiple times. The skill chains between more enemies at high levels. The skill grants additional added chaos damage and some chaos conversion with the chance to poison. I mean, even by reading from this, you can clearly see how much contradicting things are there. The skill grants additional chaos damage and some chaos conversion with the chance to poison. Chaos conversion where? From what to what? Is it physical to chaos? Or what else? I mean, that's pretty weird. Any critical strikes will have a 50% chance of 50% to poison damage multiplier. So there's a poison damage multiplier, making the skill quite powerful later in the game if you specialize in the critical hits. Pretty interesting. Is it like a global poison multiplier? I think this is actually. It's like a default multiplier for the poison damage. This is pretty strong, guys. So basically this is additional multiplier, like the cold damage over time multiplier for the Arctic Breath and Vortex, and chaos damage over multiplier for Essence Drain. So there's a poison damage multiplier. Yeah. We've also added poison damage over time multiplier to many passives. And changes many sources of chaos damage over time, so they aren't restricted to null elements. This is very nice. So overall, it's a buff to chaos damage in general. The next one is Pestilence Strike. The high-level Dagger and Claw skill applies poison on hit, as well as a debuff that lasts a short duration. If the target dies while the debuff is active, they explode, releasing a Nova that applies a damage over time effect to all enemies in range. Nova that applies a damage over time. It was very hard to see on the video, actually. The damage of this debuff is based on the total poison damage remaining on the enemy, and this damage is dealt over a short duration. The poisons you spread don't have to be from Pestilence Strike, so you can use it alongside Viper Strike or other poisonous skills. This lets you tunnel a long duration stack of poisons on a single enemy into a fast-acting wave of death over a large area. So basically what you do is it's kind of something like interaction between the Essence Drain and the Contagion. So this is a bit of a Contagion, while Viper Strike can be like the Essence Drain. So you apply this debuff with Pestilence Strike, and then you stick your Viper Strike and actually kill something, and Pestilence Strike spreads the debuff. It's exactly like this, actually. It's exactly what Essence Drain and Contagion does. Pretty cool. The damage over time effect applied by the Nova isn't modified by any of the damage bonuses, as it was already based on the modified poison. I mean, this is pretty fucking complex. But any of your modifiers to skill effect duration will change how long it lasts without influencing a damage per second. That's interesting. Now to the most complex part, Elusive. The new Elusive buff grants 40% increased movement speed, 40% increased movement speed, as well as 20% attack and spell dodge. Holy shit. This 20% dodge? I mean, what? That's insane. Unlike other buffs, Elusive doesn't have a duration, but instead loses buff of the time until it is removed by reaching a 0% effect. This means that increasing your buff effect and also increases how long the effect on you lasts. Most sources of Elusive won't override an existing Elusive buff on you. Alright. So this one just always kind of just loses itself over time. A new notable on the Assassin Ascendancy will have a chance to grant Elusive, and the buff can also be gained from the following 2 pack gems. Okay, so basically this is like it turns into a trickster. So Assassin turns into a trickster more and more. Withering Step. Withering Step is an instant spell that removes any existing Elusive effects on you and grants you a new full strength Elusive buff. What? Withering Step applies multiple stacks of Withered to any enemy when it first enters the arena. So basically, it's like a Withering Totem, right? It's like Withered Presence and Withering Totem. Withered increases damage taken from Chaos, which increases poison. While the Elusive from Withering Step is active, you'll be granted phasing and the cooldown will be paused. Any skills you perform will remove Elusive, which will start the cooldown. What's the fucking point of this? I mean, it's like a passive of Withering Totem that basically does nothing. It just gives you Elusive strength buff and applies a debuff. That's it, right? So like you're like a walking Withering spell totem, literally. That's pretty interesting, but I don't know, I would probably trigger this on a cast when damage taken of any kind. I think this is the case. You can use this skill as an instant way to apply Wither to enemies around you, as a way to quickly avoid attacks with a sudden burst of speed and dodge chance, or as a sustained speed increase that also lets you apply Wither to large parts of enemies. Wait a minute. A sudden burst of speed and dodge chance. So Elusive gives us 20% attack and dodge, spell dodge, right? And movement speed as well. So what it does... So if you have Elusive from somewhere, and then you proc Withering Step, it instantly removes everything from you and gives you a like new Elusive buff that starts from scratch, and also applied Wither to anything around you, and also gives you phasing, which is pretty sick. That's pretty sick, actually, guys. I think it's pretty strong. It's kind of gives you a new Elusive buff, right? It looks a lot like phasing mixed with Wither and Contagion of some kind. Looks like this. So the last one is Nightblade Support. The Nightblade Support is exclusive to daggers and claws, just as close combat and shockwave supports are exclusive to other melee weapon types. Nightblade grants base critical strike chance, and supported skills will also grant Elusive on critical hit. Wow. Elusive granted by attacks supported by Nightblade also grants critical multiplier to Nightblade supported skills, and because the multiplier is part of the Elusive, it scales with Elusive effect, grafting over 100% to crit strike multiplier level 20. What? What? I don't understand. This is probably the most complex fucking shit I've ever heard. What is that? Grants base critical strike chance. Okay. Supported skills grants Elusive on critical hit. Okay. But how does it work with this one? I mean, it's a buff, right? You get it from the Ascendancy. So if you don't get the Ascendancy, you still have the chance to gain Elusive on critical hit. So this is like not needed to get on the Ascendancy, right? Elusive granted by attacks supported by Nightblade grants critical strike multiplier. What does it mean? Is it the Elusive buff that grants multiplier, or just the Nightblade support with Elusive grants critical strike multiplier? I don't get it. Elusive is practically movement speed and dodge. It doesn't give any critical strike multiplier, but this one, I mean, that's pretty weird. There's two different Elusive buffs. This one Elusive is different, but from this one, and this one is also different. I mean, it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. It scales with the Elusive effect, granting over 100%. What? I don't fucking understand. I don't fucking understand these guys at all. This means that the supported skill will give you a sudden burst of speed and critical multiplier when you first critically hit, and any Elusive effect granted from other sources like the Ascendancy will further enhance the power. How exactly will it enhance the power? I don't understand this. How the fuck it is supposed to stack? Or what? What does it mean? What does it mean? I mean, I don't understand how it works together with, like, this gives some Elusive. This gives some Elusive, like the Ascendancy, right? This gives some fucking Elusive as well. Full strength Elusive buff. I don't fucking understand if they stack or not, that they're separate or whatever, guys. This is pretty complex. What I understand, this is an attack, this is practically a spectral throw. This one is a contagion, which gives you a Nova, which does poison damage over time. It's like a Nova. It's just like contagion practically, right? This is a buff that given you by the Ascendancy. This is Withering Step, and this is like walking with a totem, which also gives you Elusive buff when you press it. So it's like phasing, it's like phase run mixed with the Wither totem. And this is practically crit multiply, which also gives you Elusive buff on crit. This is definitely the strongest for the attacking skill. This is definitely will be mandatory. For this, I'm not sure. For this, I'm not so sure this is even good. I mean, this is damage if you go damage over time, some kind of trickster variation of, you know, assassin. I don't know. That's weird. This is also pretty interesting, but you know, the most important is definitely Nightblade Support. This is what I think everyone will use. So overall, guys, I'm looking forward to playing an assassin. I think it will be very interesting. I hope it will not suck. And the plan is to play some starter build and then transition into the assassin as a second or maybe a third build, depending on how much currency I will get by this time. But there is definitely a plan because I haven't touched assassin for many months and years. I haven't touched it, and it was buffed and nerfed quite a bit, and so it's just not very good. And I'm really looking forward to try it out and see what else I can do, probably with a new skill, probably with the old skill. I'm not so sure, guys. Time will tell. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially, as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, be it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching, listening to all this. See you soon.